As the political world begins to look towards 2024, Republican Steve Laffey, the former mayor of Cranston, Rhode Island, has officially announced his candidacy for president.
And he joins former President Trump in the race, with more names, of course, expected to throw their hats in the ring soon. So here with us to discuss 2024 is presidential candidate Steve Laffey. Welcome.
Good to see you. Good to be with both of you.
Let's talk. Let's jump in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, you've said that you believe the next president of the United States should be a financial expert.
Yes.
Why do you believe that?
Because we have a financial crisis staring us right in the face. We've just crossed the public borrowing of $20 trillion. We're at $24 trillion. We can't take anymore. My party has been spending, fortunately under Donald Trump, they overspent by $8 trillion in 4 years. Remember when Republicans went after President Obama for $8 trillion in 8 years? Much of this money's been wasted. Whether it's the corruption of the PPP program and so forth, $800 billion, and law firms getting $56,000, famous people getting money. It's corruption. And so we need someone who's a financial expert now, who has the business acumen, and been in, I fixed the city. We fixed a bankrupt city. So we've got to take this and go to the American people and say, listen, no one can just say things like, we're not going to touch Social Security anymore. I heard President Trump say it the other day. I saw Speaker McCarthy say that. That's fiscally so immoral. Listen, it's my campaign now, but it's really about the people who have kids or have nieces or nephews. We have taken so much money from the kids that they don't have a future. We see this with the jobs they can't get. We saw what the Fed Reserve did with the money, so people can't buy a house. Who got rich? Rich people. Who took it on the chin? The guy making $65,000 with a family of 4. He can't take a $4,000 increase in energy costs. That's why I'm here. This is what I do. And we got to get the message out so we can fix this now.
In 2006, you made a bid for the U.S. Senate, but fell short in the primary. You blamed sabotage on the Republican establishment. What do you say to people who say this is a long shot for you, running for president?
Well, number one, I didn't just say it. I wrote a book through Penguin Books called Primary Mistake that proved that the National Republican Party made giant mistakes. And I sit before you as the only elected Republican to ever run for high office to be attacked by the Republican Party. So I've been through it. That's another thing about, and as far as long shot, listen, there's something, I have the qualifications. I have the only real qualifications. Look at my background in education. I taught the top finance course at the University of Rhode Island. I've educated my 6 children, public school, Catholic school, Montessori school, and I personally homeschooled them when my daughter at 18 came down with stage 4 neuroblastoma. Why would that not be okay for someone to come literally off a small farm to say it's time to fix this country once and for all? It can't be that Republicans hate Democrats. It can't be that Democrats hate Republicans. Why can't we find issues? I mean, we talked this morning. You lived in Jackson, Mississippi. We had an office there. We have a connection in the South. Your mother taught you how to read at an early age. You did it for your child. I have 6. We know that's true. We know that young people have to learn how to read at a young age so they can get ahead. And what have we done? So what I need is name recognition. You got it, and thank you for having me. But there's something called the internet also that works, right? So we can overcome that. What are the other people going to do? What are they going to say? I served Donald J. Trump for 4 years or 2 years. I said I'd never run against him, but here I am. Do we need more of that?
What is your strategy for going up against former President Trump, who has the name recognition, the money, and all of that?
I think the strategy is simply this: where former President Trump did the good things, like we think with judges as a Republican, I'll say great. I watched him talk about alcohol use on TV, about a 15-minute segment. I've never had a drink of alcohol in my life also. We share that, his situation with his brother Fred. But the things about saying things like, I want more of those negative interest rates, it's wrong. So we got to point that out. The amount of debt, the PPP program, signing off on all these things. It was wrong. It can't be done. It created the inflation through the Fed. I may be the only person running who understands this. This is my background. And that's what we need now. Not just a businessman, a financial expert who, by the way, my difference also is this. I always felt that President Trump, and I say this with all due deference, didn't know how to put the right people in the right job. That's what I do the best. Call the people at Morgan Keegan. Ask them, that's what I do. I get rid of people nicely that don't belong and put the right people that serve the American people, or serve Morgan Keegan, or serve the people of Cranston in the right job at the right time. That's my skill set.
All right. 2024 presidential candidate Steve Laffey. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. God bless.
Of course.
Well, hey, Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.